What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, how to cook. And today, at your request, I'm going to show you how to make Jamaican cocoa bread in your kitchen, fast, easy, and simple. If you're here watching me cooking for your first time, be sure you subscribe and turn on your post notification settings. Why? So you will always be reminded whenever I upload a brand new video. Make we get right into the recipe. Okay, boo, you ready for cook? Let's cook. Now we have our flour right here, and I have about 3 cups of flour right here. This is all-purpose flour. Now in that container, I have 1 cup of warm milk, and I'm using the almond milk. You're going to need salt for the recipe, cooking oil, white sugar. Do not use brown sugar for the recipe, only white sugar. And I'm using 1 packet of the fast rising yeast. Any kind of yeast, just go ahead and use it, but I just happen to have this one, and this one I bought in Aldi's supermarket. Now the first thing you want to do is go ahead and sift the flour. You have to sift the flour because it does do something to your cocoa bread, so go ahead and sift it. And if you don't have the all-purpose flour, you can also use bread flour. I've used bread flour to make this recipe, and it come out really good too. So whatever you have at hand, just go ahead and use it. Any other flour, but do not use self-rising flour. That's a no use that. Now what you're going to do next is go ahead and add the sugar to the flour and the salt to the flour. Now you also want to go in and add the packet of the yeast, 1 packet only of the yeast, into the flour as well. Then you want to go in and combine the oil to the milk and give it a really good spin. Be sure that your milk is warm before you put it into the flour, okay? Now before you do add it, go in and give it a good mix. Mix it to the point where you do not see the yeast. You don't want to see the yeast. You want the yeast to combine really well into the flour, so it's well distributed throughout. Then you go in and add that warm milk into the mix. Okay, now that you have done that, you want to go and give it a really good mix. Now it's working time. And this process right here takes about 10 minutes total. Note that in order to have the best cocoa bread, you have to knead the dough really well. I mean, like to do everything the old school way, but if you have the machine, just go ahead and use the machine and mix up the dough. But I love it when I do it by hand. To me, it comes out much better. Anyway, this is how the mixture is going to look after you had the 1 cup of warm milk into the flour. Now on your surface, go ahead and spread some flour on a clean board or countertop and place the flour mix on top of the flour and place the flour again on top of your dough. Now it's time to work, really work, and you want to make sure that your hands are always clean when you are doing things like this. All right. We need a total of 10 minutes. 10 minutes kneading time to make we have the perfect cocoa bread. Nice, soft, spongy cocoa bread in your kitchen ever. After you make this cocoa bread goodie, trust me, I guarantee you, you will never buy cocoa bread again from any restaurant. I promise you that. If you follow this step, golden cross, now I'm gonna see you ever again. Remember me tell you, it's a warning. Alright, as you could see what I'm doing with the dough right here, I'm working the daylights out of it because I'm making sure that my dough is properly kneaded to my cocoa bread come out the way me want it. Alright, 10 minutes of kneading time and you're good to go. You're going to feel the difference when it comes to 10 minutes. All right, so just go ahead and just do that circular kneading motion until it comes like a ball, a nice smooth little ball like that. That's when you know so the dough ready. Now in that same container, I just went ahead and added some oil, any regular scheduler oil that I have around the house. Just put it in there because I don't want it stick when it start to rise. You want to give that dough room to rise, okay? So then and only then I went in and with that same iron, perfect. It just smooth out the dough. It does something extra when you do this. Goody, trust me on this one. Follow my steps and you're going to have the perfect cocoa bread. Remember that them same fingers you had that had that oil on it, use it to massage the dough. It's going to change the texture. All right, now just go ahead and place it into that container and we are going to allow it to sit and rise for about an hour. Cover it up nice with plastic wrap in a nice, like a darkish place in your kitchen, the dark in a part of your kitchen you can't find. Just cover it up with a paper towel and just leave it. Turn off the light. That's how you're gonna have the perfect rising method. All right. After an hour, that is what it's going to look like if you did place the dough in a nice little, like a warm dark area in your kitchen, because it rises better when that area is dark. Okay, that is what you're going to have. Look at that, perfect. It's like it tripled in size. You see how that looks? That is how you want it to be. If the thing never rise like that, you did something wrong. So be sure to follow my steps carefully. Carefully. Okay, now we're going to do step number 2. All right, to get the extreme best result, you sprinkle a little bit more flour on the surface, then sprinkle a little bit more flour on top of that dough, and we're going to go back and knead again for another 10 minutes. Another 10 minutes. It might think, oh, it's too much work, but trust me, when you do it yourself and you see, oh, your cocoa bread come out nice, you're not gonna stop. It's just going to encourage you even more to make your own cocoa bread. And at least you know the preservative not in it much healthier. Okay? So make your cocoa bread, goodie. Make your cocoa bread. Alright, 10 minutes of that, and that was all done. That's how quick and easy that is. Now, after I get done doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is cut it in the amount of cocoa bread that I want. All right, depends on the size that you want. I wanted some large cocoa bread and I wanted only 6. Of course, this amount of flour could make you more cocoa breads, maybe 8 depending on the size, but I only wanted 6, and 6 it was. Now I'm going to show you how to form up your cocoa bread. Now in the palm of your hand, it's like you're making a roti slash fried dumpling. Just go ahead and just make it into a ball. You just want to circle it out and form it into a ball like that. Then you add a little bit more flour on top, because now we're going to smooth it out with the rolling pin, and we don't want the rolling pin to stick on it. We just want it to be a smooth transition, right? So we just go ahead and smooth it out until it becomes nice and flat, smooth to the touch. A nice little size, well, not little size, the size how you choose to have your cocoa bread, if that makes any much sense, right? Now that's my size right here. Now in the container I have some butter, melted butter, not too melt out all the way, and I added some cooking oil to it and mix the two as a combination. That's going to give my cocoa bread one wicked piece of flavor on the inside. All right, so do it this way. Of course you could use butter alone, but don't use just butter. You do the combination of the cooking oil and the butter and just lay it all over the top of your dough, just like I'm doing here. Goodie, make sure you're following all the steps, all right? Now, if you're still here watching me cooking, make sure that you're subscribed, goodie, and turn on them post notifications so you don't miss none of my uploads, because I'm always good. Simple thing right here, so just take your time and just fold it just like that. Do not press into it or nothing, just drop it, boom, like that. Right there is my baking tray. That's what I'm going to use. I just spread a little bit of oil on it, and that was it. Place it there and let it go hang out while it's waiting for the others. Now I'm going to show you one more, so make sure say get the thing right in a bowl, okay? Now same thing, in the palm of your hand you make it into a nice little circular ball, just like you would have make dumpling, right? Just like so. Form it up just like that, and then just take your rolling pin and just smooth out the thing just like that until you get the desired size of your cocoa bread that you choose. And remember, this dough made me 6 because 6 is what I wanted, but of course you can get more from the mixture if you please. And that looks really good, really good. And so then you add the butter and the oil combination on it. That's it. That's all it takes. And as far as your folding method go, you just do one simple thing, just like that. You want any side you want, but just drop it, don't press it, just leave it alone like that. Put it on the baking tray like so. Make sure say oven is preheated. At this step you want to be sure you put this in a preheated oven, but before you do that you go ahead and you put some more of that butter and the oil on top of it like that, and we are going to let this sit for 15 minutes while the oven is getting hot, because you want to make sure that this goes in a oven that is ready. The oven has to be ready. So let it go hang out for about 15 minutes, and then we are ready to pop it in the oven. Now, if you're still here watching me cooking, be sure that you have subscribed to my second channel, Life with Juliana. The link for that channel will be down below. Alright, all of my vegan goodies, go over there and subscribe. Now, after 15 minutes, this is what you should have. It's going to rise again, nice and perfect. So just make sure so your oven is already turned on, preheated, okay, before you pop this in. It's going to be immaculate. After you done bake this thing up, that is what you will have. You're going to have the most perfect smelling, looking, tasting Jamaican cocoa bread in your kitchen every time. Fast, easy, and simple, right? Now all you have to do, once you take it out of the oven and it's nice and still hot, you go ahead and add just a little bit more of that butter and oil combination on top of your cocoa bread, just like that, just like so. The aroma, the entire house smells like a bakery. Alright, your own bakery. Now goodie, look at that. This thing is still hot, but I just had to show you. Look at how that cocoa bread look on the inside. Why would you want to go to Golden Cross when you can make your own cocoa bread? One cocoa bread is like about $3 for cocoa bread. So why would you want to waste $3 to buy one cocoa bread when you can make 6? No, honey, look at that. I'm going to show you how every single one, all 6 of the cocoa bread, come out the same. None of them was unbalanced. All of them was nice and spongy and soft and buttery. And because remember, we put the butter on the inside. Yes, honey, nice and buttery. And oh, to the M to the G. Oh my goodness, this thing was so yummy. I'm not kidding. You better start making your own cocoa bread. Look on that. Look on that. You see that? Look there. The wickedest cocoa bread you can ever find in your kitchen. Fast, easy, and simple. You ask for the recipe, and your girl is here to deliver. All right? And you know, some I always make it easy for you to follow. So look at this. Look at that, good. Look, it's a warning. But I tell you, golden crust. I have nothing for you no more when you don't make your cocoa bread. Them, boo, we are done. But me not finish yet, you know. Me not done with it yet. Because I have to let you see how this thing look when you put your patty in it. It's pop story. Let me tell you something. I had to do it, boo. Now, for your patty recipe, I'm going to list beef patty, chicken patty, all kind of patty. Those will be down in the description box. So if you want to know how to make a Jamaican beef patty and chicken patty and all them thing there, all them links are down below. Goodie. But I made this one today as well. But I didn't put it on camera because I figured I had so much patty recipe up. So yes, boo. But look on that. Your own cocoa bread. And guess what? I had to taste it because, honey, it was saying my name and I couldn't help it. I had to bite tonight making it see all the things soft. Oh, the cocoa bread nice and soft and spongy. Palm patty, Lord, oh my goodness. This thing, look at the back of your cocoa bread. Oh, it's nice and smooth. Sometimes when you go to the Jamaican restaurant and buy a cocoa bread, them give you bun up cocoa bread. But in this kitchen here, honey, we're not gonna eat no more bun up cocoa bread because guess what? We're gonna make it ourselves. So I do hope you enjoyed this one and I do hope it was fast and easy to follow. Now, share the love with friends and family. Tell them what's going on up over here. Bring them, come and send them, come, I'm waiting. After you don't do that, tell me where you want to see me cooking in my kitchen next. And as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy!